Okay, this video is to help you some more with completing the square. So I'm going to do two problems, number 24 and 26. And they're some of the harder ones, and this is kind of the ones I want you to practice for your quiz because I want you to be able to do the algebra with it. So 24, I have y equals 5x squared minus 5x plus 7. The first thing you do is you're saying y equals, I can't have that 5 in front of the x squared, so I'm going to factor it out. So I do 5, parentheses, x squared, negative 5 divided by 5 is a negative 1. 7 divided by 5 is 7/5. So if it doesn't go in evenly, it's okay. Fractions are people too. So now you're going to do this, y equals, and now I'm going to start the process of completing the square. So I'm going to have the 5, do my brackets, set up my completing the square, sorry. So you take whatever variable is, just write it once, keep the sign, half the middle is actually a half. Then I actually double or square this and subtract it because that's what I added. So I'm going to subtract a 1/4. So I square the top, square the bottom, and bring down my 7/5. And then I close my bracket. So now I have y equals 5, bracket, x minus a half squared. Now I'm going to combine these two right here. And so I'm looking at this. And when I combine the negative 1/4 and 7/5, I get a positive 23/20. And then I close the bracket. Now don't forget the last step is to distribute. So I have y equals 5 times x minus a half squared. And when I multiply 5 times 23/20, it's 23/4. So my vertex for number 24, remember it's opposite sign inside, so it's a positive a half, comma 23/4. And remember, you can check this online by, not online, but on your calculator by graphing it and just finding the vertex. Remember, your axis of symmetry is always x equals what your x value is, so it's x equals a half. So that's number 24. I'm going to do number 26 down here. 26 is I'm going to finish 26 and I'll be right with you, okay? So here's 26. So I've got y equals negative 3x squared minus x minus 2. So the first thing is you want to factor out the negative 3 when you complete the square. When I do, I have x squared. Now when I take out the negative 3, it's going to switch all your signs. And remember, there's a negative 1 there, so that turns to a positive 1/3 x plus 2/3. And then y equals negative 3. And now I'm going to start the process of completing the square. So I have a bracket, and I'm going to force it to a perfect square binomial. So I have x plus a half of the middle, so that's going to be 1/6. Then you're going to take away what you added, which is 1/36 plus 2/3. Then you're going to close your bracket. Now I'm going to combine those two. Y equals negative 3, bracket, x plus 1/6 squared. And then when I combine those two right there, I'm going to get 23, and it's going to be positive 23/12. And then I'm going to distribute that through. So I get negative 3, parentheses x plus 1/6 squared. And actually, that's not 12, that's 36 right here, my fault. Okay, so that's going to be 36. And then when I go through and distribute that here, and then here, that's going to turn to minus 23/12. So now as you look at it, you have the vertex is, remember, opposite sign in the parentheses, negative 1/6, negative 23/12, and your axis of symmetry is x equals negative 1/6. And that's the end of this. So good luck.